Yesterday in writing, we worked on acrostic poems. Do you remember doing that? We wrote a word down the side of our dry erase board, and then we thought of words to write horizontally across from each of those letters that related to it. Well, I want you to go into your Google Classroom, and if you're here in the room, you're going to go to your writing Google Classroom. Noah, you'll just go to your normal one that you go to. You can click on classwork, and then it's this top one, poetry writing. Noah, yours is just under writing. And you're going to click on the acrostic poem assignment that I sent you and open up those slides. I had told you yesterday we were going to be working on poetry for the next several days. And so what we're going to do today is just focus on an acrostic poem one more time. So if you look at slide 2, remember how you can double click there so that it's flashing behind. To get rid of that, and just type your name in. If you accidentally deleted the box, remember you can do this, like the back, the undo arrow here to get it back. Everybody have their name in?
Yep.
Once your name is typed in, then go down to slide 3. Okay, so in this digital unit, you will learn about different kinds of poetry. So on each of these different things that we do, the different kinds of poems that we do, it's going to be set up the same way. We're going to read the description of it. We're going to watch a video that's linked to our slides for it, read through some examples, and then write our own. So the next slide is going to give us the description. I'm going to make mine bigger. Is that better?
Yeah.
Probably better for Noah at home too. So acrostic poems. In acrostic poems, the first letters of each line are aligned vertically to form a word. Vertically or vertically? How did we write that first word yesterday? We wrote it this way. That is vertical or vertically. The word is often the subject of the poem. Click again. This has videos linked to these, but I need to show you, I'm going to have to go back to my computer to show you this. I'm probably going to have to take it out of present mode. Oh no, it worked. Hold on though. Okay, on yours, if you click and it gives you that blue box, do you see this white link that pops up there?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get yours to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, I forgot to pause this. Okay, so we're gonna watch this one together, but most times, no, I can't get mine to pop back up. There we go. There will be times where I'll have you watch it on your own. You don't have to tap on it because we're going to watch it all together here. That's exactly what was on our description slide. It says it's the first letter. Acrostic poems can be about people, animals, places, or things, whatever you would like to write about. Here's an example of an acrostic poem. The word is candy. They're going fast, so I'm going to pause it. Crunchy, chewy, awesome, nice and sweet, delightful and delicious, yummy treat. So did they use more than one word on theirs? Yes, but are you writing like a whole sentence across from that letter? No, they're keeping it pretty short, aren't they? Here's another example. What's the word? Cat. Curling its tail around itself. Time for a nap. So did those two lines kind of go together? Yeah. Curling its tail around itself. Time for a nap. Notice that the phrase that begins at the first line continues on to the second line. We already talked about that. Acrostic poems are fairly easy to write. They don't need to rhyme. The lines of the poem can be short or long, and you don't need to worry about the rhythm of the lines, which means don't worry about rhyming. If you want them to rhyme, is that okay? Mm-hmm. Sure. All right, so name poems are one of the easiest acrostics to write. Begin by writing your name or a friend's name vertically on the left side of your paper. We'll use the name Sam. Now, brainstorm words or phrases that describe Sam. So they're coming up with all those words that describe Sam or phrases. A dictionary or a thesaurus can help you find good descriptive words, because you want to use adjectives a lot of the time. Okay, so using those descriptive words. Sam, super cool, always fun, my best friend. And that's how to write an acrostic poem. Easy, right? Now it's your turn. Try writing your own name poem. So you write your name which way? Vertically on the left side of your paper. Think of words that describe you. Write your words or phrases on the lines that begin with the same letters, and then share your poem.
Created using Powtoon.
All right. Oh, it signed me out. Am I Whitney Lofink?
Yeah.
So I can continue to sign in. All right, let me get back to that slide. Okay, but there wasn't just one video with this one, was there?
No.
There were two. So let's check the second one out. Okay, this says awesome acrostics. How to create an acrostic poem. We don't need to know that. And
It's muted.
thank you.
Explain what acrostics are. I'll show you some examples, and we'll actually step through the process of creating an acrostic poem today so that you can then take this information and create some of your own.
Okay, so first, let's talk about what an acrostic is. An acrostic is a form of poem, and by the way, form is just a word that poets use to mean a type or a kind or a style of poem. Form means a set of rules for how you write that particular poem. So an acrostic is a form of poem that is really easy to write because it only has one single rule. And that rule is that the first letters of each line of the poem spell out a word or a phrase. Now, that word or phrase can be just about anything. It can be a name, it could be your name, someone else's name, it could be a thing, like say something that you like or something that you don't like, or a place, pretty much anything you like. Now, commonly, that first letter of each line is also capitalized. You don't have to do this, it is not a rule, but if you capitalize the first letters of each line, what that does is it helps your word or phrase stand out and be more easily seen. And so that will help people identify your poem as an acrostic poem. Acrostic poems do not have to rhyme. You can rhyme them if you want to, but I think you'll find that it's easier if you don't worry about rhyming and only focus on getting words and ideas that fill out the first letter.
Huh. That's gonna drive me crazy being so tiny.
It kind of looks like the one and then.
Oh,
And
no, you
so-
know what it is? He's showing you his screen while he's talking there, I think.
Yeah.
Well, then
I was
really,
talking with Miss Weimer.
all you have to figure out is what would you like to write an acrostic about? Now, I decided I wanted to write an acrostic about something that I like, and something that I like is ice cream. So, here is my little example acrostic about ice cream. I love every flavor. Cookies and cream, English toffee, chocolate chip, rocky road, even strawberry, and plain old vanilla.
I like how he wrote his. That's
Now,
pretty
if you
neat.
look at this acrostic, you will see that the first letters of each line spell out the words ice cream. And really, that's all there is to creating an acrostic poem. So let's see about creating an acrostic poem of our own today. First thing you need to do is pick a topic.
Now,
Maybe
we're not doing this right now with him because that's what we're gonna do on one of our other slides. But be thinking about your topic while he's going through this with you.
use your name, or maybe use your favorite thing, your favorite sport, your favorite food, your favorite video game, or maybe even write about something that you don't like. Then write that word down vertically. Vertically just means from top to bottom. So instead of writing it from left to right, you'll write one letter below the other until you've written down your entire word or phrase. Then you want to brainstorm words or ideas that have something to do with your topic. And when you're all done brainstorming ideas, find the words that you can use that have the right letters on them and put them in place in your poem. That might sound like a lot, but let's step through it. So I decided that I would like to write an acrostic about something that I don't like, and that thing is homework. So the first thing I did was I wrote the word homework down vertically on the page, one letter below the other until I've got the whole word written down. Now the next step is to brainstorm ideas, because writing acrostics is all about brainstorming. It's about coming up with other words and other phrases that have something to do with your topic. Now, you should then think of as many words, as many ideas as you possibly can, and just start writing them down. Maybe get a second piece of paper to write your ideas down on. You want to think of as many words as you can, even more than you're going to need. Like the word homework has 8 letters in it, but I thought of a bunch more that I could use than that. And that way you've got multiple different ideas to choose from for any given line. And remember, write down all your ideas, even if they don't start with letters that you need.
Okay, so back to our homework acrostic. We've got the word written down vertically. Now we just need to brainstorm some ideas, come up with some other words and phrases that have to do with homework. Well, here are a few that I thought of. Hard to do, overwhelming. The teacher says I have to do it every single day. There's lots of reading. Now, you might notice that some of those words, hard, overwhelming, every, those start with letters that are in the word homework. H-O-E. Lots of reading though, that starts with an L. We probably can't use that just as is, but maybe we could use reading. Let's keep going. What else have we got? There's writing, there's math. I'd rather be watching television. And sometimes it makes me just a little bit crazy. Okay, so now let's take all of these ideas and put them into the right places and see what we come up with. Hard to do, and sometimes overwhelming. My teacher gives us homework every single day. Writing for hours or reading for hours? Kids need a break. And there you go. That is all there is to creating an acrostic of your own. Now, all you need to do to get started is figure out what you would like to write your acrostic poem about. What are your ideas?
Okay.
Write about something.
I'm gonna go ahead and
write about something you don't like. Or
stop
just
him there. So then, excuse me. Going back to our slides, the, what is it, 6th slide says that, what word did they use? Teacher. And that's what they wrote vertically. So for teacher, they said talented, energetic, amazing, caring, hardworking, educated, ready for anything. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna create your own acrostic poem, just like we were doing yesterday. This time though, we're typing it out. So you're gonna type your word up and down, right? And then fill in what describes, tells more about that word. So it says, in an acrostic poem, the first letter of each line are aligned vertically. Show me vertically. From top to bottom, right? Up and down. To form a word, the word is often the subject of the poem. So I want you to think, do you have an idea of what your word is going to be? Mm-hmm. What you're going to write your acrostic poem about? Oh, I'm in present mode. All right. So backspace, get rid of all that. And then go ahead and type your word vertically. What's going on? There we go. If you're not sure how to spell your word, you probably better ask, because you want your word written vertically to definitely be spelled correctly. all different kinds of words. This is kind of neat.
Space have two S's.
That has two C's in it. What's that?
This spelled correctly.
That one is an E. Okay, anybody else need help with spelling their vertical word or words? All right, anybody else? Now, what, oh my goodness, excuse me. What might be easier is to get out your writing notebook. We put those away yesterday, didn't we? Sorry, I should have had you grab that earlier. Go ahead and go get your writing notebook. I'm going to pretend like I have my writing notebook out, but I'm just going to write on top of my slide here. So, chocolate chip, because I'm talking about cookies, right? Oops, not chocolates. Oatmeal. I'm just brainstorming. Milk. I know there's not an M in milk, but I might be able to work it in. Soft. Crunchy. So do you see how I'm just doing a lot of words related that describe cookies? I'm writing peanut butter, even though there's not a P over here. I'm just thinking of some of my favorite type of cookies. Cookie jar. Okay, so think about your word that you typed vertically, and in your writing note, whoa, about dropped it. In your writing notebook, you can just go to the, since it's not actually really stories, let's just go back to the part that says more stories. We can use the back side of that page as our brainstorming for our acrostic poem. And think of as many words that describe your vertical word that you chose to use for your acrostic poem. Like he said, even words that don't start with one of those letters. So go ahead and do your brainstorming right now. Think of as many different words as you possibly can that tell about the word that you chose. Do you have way more descriptive words than you do letters over here? You want to try to have more so that you have more ideas to work with. I'm going to give you about a minute and a half to finish up your brainstorming. So I have my brainstormed list over here. You're gonna have yours right in front of you. Mine's gonna go away here in just a second. And now what you're gonna do is take that information and write it into your acrostic poem. Now, do you have to use everything you wrote down? No. I didn't use everything that I wrote down in mine. And I'll show you. I said crunchy or soft and chewy oatmeal cookies remind me of when I was a kid at my grandma's. I would eat so many of these sweet and tasty treats. So I kind of made it just a little story for mine because it was kind of tricky to make some of those letters work with a lot of the describing words that I had. I couldn't start a lot of my descriptive words with those letters. So now look at your brainstorming list that you created and go ahead and start typing your acrostic however you want to. If you want it to just be single words, that's fine. Were you raising your hand? No. We might have enough time to get these finished today. I'm not sure. We'll just play it by ear because we have about 9 minutes until it's time for computers.